Xingzhou's girlfriend acted sweetly before he escorted her to her wealthy uncle's luxury car. After the car left, Xingzhou noticed a red thread bracelet he once gave Zheng Shuyi hanging on his car door. Realizing that Shuyi might have seen him with another woman, Xingzhou immediately headed to Shuyi's place. At her apartment, Shuyi was packing up everything Xingzhou had ever given her. As she stared at photos of the two of them together, she grabbed scissors and cut them up, discarding Xingzhou's pictures. She imagined Xingzhou showing up to apologize, but in her daydream, she firmly told him she wanted to break up. In reality, before Shuyi could say anything, Xingzhou asked to break up first, without even apologizing, leaving her shocked. He explained that he lacked ambition and drive compared to Shuyi, and that his new girlfriend's uncle had offered him a position at a major company. Shuyi asked for her phone back and handed him a box containing all his gifts. To her surprise, Xingzhou rummaged through the box only to retrieve a brooch he had given her. At a bar, Shan Shan sat alone chatting with Shuyi when a man from across the room paid for her drink and approached her. Shan Shan rejected him and left. Meanwhile, at Xian's home, he was reviewing Zheng Shuyi's profile, recalling the day he saw her standing in the rain by the roadside. The next day, Shuyi arrived at the office wearing sunglasses. She went straight to Ms. Yi's office to explain why she couldn't interview Xian yesterday. He had other commitments. Ms. Yi noticed her sunglasses and asked why she was wearing them. When Shuyi removed them, her dark eye circles were visible. Ms. Yi jokingly guessed that her boyfriend had cheated on her, much to Shuyi's surprise at the accurate assumption. Laughing, Ms. Yi told her that she and her boyfriend were never a good match. When Shuyi asked who would suit her better, Ms. Yi confidently replied, "Someone with a good education, a great job, and a bright future." Later, Shuyi stopped by a cafe. As she looked at the rows of cakes in the display case, memories of Xingzhou's sweet gestures came flooding back, only to be crushed by the reality of his betrayal. Just then, Xingzhou and his girlfriend, Qin Leji, walked into the same cafe. Xingzhou pressured Leji to ask her uncle to help him secure a position at Mingyu Cloud Innovation. Shuyi spotted them and looked at them with disdain. Leji pointed at the cakes, acting spoiled and saying she wanted one. Xingzhou froze when he noticed Shuyi was there and decided to introduce his new girlfriend. Shuyi noticed the brooch on Leji's outfit, examined it closely, then looked at Xingzhou with disbelief. She sarcastically commented that Leji must like used men and gave Xingzhou a thumbs up before leaving. Offended, Leji wanted to confront Shuyi, but Xingzhou held her back. Coincidentally, Xian was nearby discussing investments in lean technology. From a distance, he noticed Shuyi angrily kicking a tree. Frustrated, Shuyi saw a black car with a repeating license plate number and approached it. She peeked inside and knocked on the window, asking to borrow a power bank. Xian lowered the window slightly and replied that he didn't have one. Undeterred, Shuyi asked for a ride so she could charge her phone during the trip. Xian rolled the window down fully, revealing himself. He told her his car wasn't for women with boyfriends. He started to roll the window back up, but Shuyi held it open, using the interview as an excuse. Xian refused, stating he didn't want his personal time interrupted and told her to contact his secretary for scheduling. His car drove off, leaving Shuyi deflated. At the office, Ms. Yi summoned Shu Yuling to check the progress of her interview draft. She warned that if Shuyi didn't interview Xian soon, they'd use Yuling's draft instead. Xian later asked his secretary about the financial introduce interview schedule. The secretary explained that his calendar was packed this week and the earliest available slot was next week. Xian said nothing further. Every day, Shuyi called Secretary Chen to ask about the interview, but the response was always the same. It wasn't possible. During a meeting, Xian announced that his company, Mingyu, would collaborate with Guan's company, boosting his confidence to agree to an interview with Financial Introduce. With his schedule now clear, Secretary Chen received a message from Zheng Shuyi requesting an interview. This time, Xian approved it. Thrilled, Shuyi was overjoyed when Secretary Chen informed her. Meanwhile, as the office emptied out for the day, Yuling secretly took Shuyi's draft from her desk drawer. That evening, Shuyi asked Shan Shan for advice on what to wear for her first interview with Xian, wanting to leave a memorable impression.